Preparing for the arrival of a baby is so exciting, but it can also be really daunting when you're a first-time parent and you don't know what you're meant to get. There is so much conflicting information on the internet. There are so many lists that are a mile long of all this stuff that you're told you supposedly need. So I wanted to compile a list of the things that I found were essential for my son, my 4-year-old son, when we had him, and the things that I've now collected for the arrival of my next little one, who's due at the end of the year. Number one is nappies. And we're doing a mix of disposables and reusables. For the disposables, we are going to be using a brand called Eco Originals, which is these guys. I recently discovered this brand and I love their stuff. Their products have compostable and biodegradable ingredients. The packaging itself is totally compostable. They also have some wipes that are 100% compostable as well. And the nappies are totally free of any harmful chemicals or fragrances. So we'll be using these right at the beginning in that newborn haze where we're just trying to find our feet and figure out what's going on. Especially because right at the beginning, we'll be finishing the build of our house. And we'll be house sitting, so things will just be chaotic and we'll be taking it one day at a time. So this is just a way for me to reduce the amount of stress and just the amount of things I'm going to have to do in the day. We'll be using biodegradable disposable nappies. Once we get into a really good routine, we can start using the cloth nappies. And I use cloth nappies with my son. I loved them. I found it really easy to use them. I wash them every second day. So the ones I've got now are called Eco Naps. This is a Byron-based family-run company, and they make these beautiful little cloth nappies. There's one of the other ones that I have. And they come in their own little bag as well, so when you're out and you have a soiled nappy, you can put it in this little waterproof bag so you don't get poo and wee all over the car or in your bag. This style of nappy is what I use for Noah as well, because I found it really practical. You could use it from newborn right up until they potty train, and that for Noah he was about 3 when he self potty trained. So you can change the studs to change the size. Personally, the ones with Velcro I found were a pain in the neck, because the Velcro, when I washed them, if I didn't fold the Velcro onto itself, they would stick onto everything else and they like ruin some of my nappies. So I prefer the studs. That's just my preference. The second thing on my list is a tropical weather friendly baby carrier or a baby wrap. I have a Manduka and a woven ring sling from when Noah was little, and they're fantastic. I loved using them, and my sister-in-law's using them at the moment with her little girl. However, this one is going to be coming along in summer, so thick materials are going to be really impractical. So I found this wonderful, wonderful brand called Human Mother, and this one here I got a couple of months ago. The material itself is called Lensing Modal, and it's a really lovely, lightweight, breathable material. Number 3 on my list of baby essentials are organic cotton onesies. And I say onesies because, now this is a tip for all of you out there that you've never had kids before. If you buy little cute dresses and little 2-piece outfits, they're so cute. I get it, they're so cute. But they are the most impractical thing to try to put on a teeny tiny human. And the amount of time that I'd spend like putting a cute little outfit on Noah, and then he'd poo his pants like straight away, have a blowout, and I'd have to take it off him and put another outfit on him. It was such a pain. Onesies are so much easier. So I have got a range of really, really gorgeous little onesies, and she's being born in summer, so I've gone for all summer onesies. Obviously, if you have a winter baby, you go for the long sleeves, and even better, I like the long sleeves and long legs. This one's from Jamie Kay. I got this at the op shop. It was $1. It's so cute. Then I have a couple of onesies that are from Nature Baby. This one in particular is a kimono, and I really love these because they're so easy to take off when your baby has a blowout. So you just unclip, and then there's another one here like that, and then you take your baby out. So practical, so easy. When you're exhausted and you have to deal with a poo explosion, you don't want to be dealing with fiddly little outfits. And the other thing about dresses and skirts, when your daughter is doing anything but walking, especially when they're crawling, the skirt's just right up, the dress is just right up. So don't get skirts and dresses when your daughter is really little. I'll show you some of the other ones because they're so cute. This one's another one from Nature Baby. Little oranges. And then, oh, I love this one from Nature Baby as well. The flowers. And I got all of these on sale. I've been buying little girl clothes for a couple of years now. That's a Jamie Kay. Jamie Kay and Nature Baby are both New Zealand brands. Both organic cotton. Oh, and this one. Oh, so cute. Little romper. Not the most practical colour, I know. I also have heaps of stuff from the op shop as well. Things that I've collected over the years as well. I have a lot of things from the op shop. A lot of little, what are they called those? Bloomers? Bloomers, that's what they're called, right? Bloomers, yeah. I found so many little cute bloomers at the op shops for like $1. So definitely head to the op shops. But in regards to new clothes, I buy the organic cotton. When Noah was a newborn, I didn't know about the difference between conventional cotton and organic cotton, and my husband and I are just not comfortable with her being in clothes that are brand new, that are covered in pesticides and formaldehyde. Op shop things I'm sort of okay with because they've already been used a lot, they've been washed a lot, so I feel like a lot of the crap would have washed away. Maybe not, maybe that's just a ridiculous assumption that I've made. Number 4 and number 5, coconut oil, certified organic cold pressed, and nipple cream. This stuff my girlfriend makes. She lives on the Gold Coast, and it has calendula, chamomile, comfrey, coconut oil, shea butter, and candelilla wax, I think it's called. It's completely vegan and plant-based. It's all natural. It's handmade by my girlfriend. She's amazing. I've had this for a while now. I've been using this as like a healing balm, but I'm going to get her to make me like a big pot of this, and that'll be my nipple cream, because last time with Noah I got really bad, cracked, blistered, bleeding, even nipples. My nipples were, he ruined my nipples. Coconut oil, on the other hand, I use on baby, and this is for baby's bottom. Helps to prevent rashes, especially like thrush. Also, coconut oil is really good to put in all the rolls, they'll get so many. Around here, Noah had, I think at one point Noah had 11 arm rolls, like all the way up. So we used to have to put it in all his arm rolls because he'd get stuff stuck in there. So these are the only 2 things I would ever use on baby or something that baby's gonna suck on. I would never, ever, ever use any of the conventional stuff. Number 6 is a car seat. We haven't got that yet because we obviously don't need it yet because we still have about 4 months until she comes along. But we're gonna get, oh, that's the dog. We're house sitting, so there are dogs. We're going to get just a car seat, not a capsule. I had a capsule with Noah and I almost broke my back trying to carry him around. Number 7 are face washes and a glass Pyrex dish. And this is what I use when we're at home as wipes. Basically, I just have a ton of old face washes and I use these when I'm changing nappy or wiping something, whatever. I put them in here with some water and a little bit of lavender oil, and that's what I use as wipes. Obviously when I'm out and about I do use disposable wipes. However, the ones that I use that I showed you guys are the compostable ones, so I can keep those and then I can put them in the long-term compost bin that we have. Number 8, a spit up cloth, and again this is just an old hand towel. Don't need to buy a new fancy cloth to be spat up when you can just use an old hand towel. When I had Noah, I had so many of these, and I was using the old cloth nappies from when I was a baby. My mum gave them to me, but honestly, in the end, I used one. I didn't need a whole ton of them. So, ta-da! Or you can just have it on your lap. If after a feed, you just kind of sit them up a little bit and you just rub their back. Sometimes they spit up, sometimes they don't. Number 9, reusable bamboo nipple pads. Now I can't remember where I got these from. I'm really sorry. It was somewhere on Etsy. Just go into Etsy and write in organic bamboo, or you can use cotton, nipple pads, you'll find them. They're just handmade by someone. My boobs were very leaky when Noah was a baby, so I had to double up. I had to use 2, like that. And I also had these ones that were even thicker that I sometimes had to triple up. Particularly when I was feeding him on one side and then the letdown would go on the other side, it was just like this cascading waterfall of breast milk. These are really great because obviously they're not disposable. They're so easy to wash. I just used to hand wash these, and on my blog post I talk a little bit about how I have to wash them in some detergent as well, like dishwashing detergent, because my milk was really fatty. I can actually see some little stains on these anyway. I'll just lie them out in the sun and that'll bleach out. Number 10 are reusable maternity pads. These are from Hanapad. These are my nighttime period pads. So before I was pregnant and I had my period, I would use these at nighttime, and they were great. I never had a leak ever, and I have a really heavy flow. Most women after they give birth will bleed. It's totally normal, and I talk about that in my blog post as well. I bled for 6 weeks after Noah. The first couple of weeks were really, really heavy, like more than my period. So you just need to make sure you have something very comfortable, and these are super comfy, that you can wear every day. And if you're doing cloth nappies as well, it's really easy to put everything in together if you're comfortable with that. I mean, I don't see a problem with it. Number 11, I don't have with me either, but it's a salt lamp. The salt lamp is, I think, one of the best sources of light for those midnight feeds. Number 12 is a random old towel as you're changing that. I know some people go out and buy changing stations, and I know that there are some that cost like several $100s for a changing table, which is absolutely crazy. I bought a secondhand changing table before Noah was born, thinking that I'd need it, and I never used it. I would just get an old towel like this and put it either on the floor or on the bed, depending where I was, and that was my changing table. And then when I went out in the car, I would just take a towel with me. I know some friends who have like the water resistant changing pads, and they're easy. You just wipe them and then you roll them up and they're easy. They're great as well. Totally great. It's just that I'm choosing just to go with a towel because I've done it before, it worked, and it's just one less thing I have to buy. Number 13 is a breast pump and some bottles. Now, again, I don't have breast pump. I actually sold mine, but I'm going to borrow one from a girlfriend. Kind of more as a precaution, like just in case I need it, because I needed it with Noah really badly because I couldn't actually latch him on at the beginning, so I would pump and then we would give him his colostrum in a little syringe. I would also like to pump to donate, just because I've been on the receiving end of human breast milk. It was just so comforting to know that he was getting something that was normal and natural rather than some powder that was made from the milk of another animal, another species altogether. I've got some glass bottles as well from when Noah was little. I personally don't like using plastic. I stay away from plastic. I don't have any plastic containers. I use Pyrex glass. So with bottles, it was always going to be glass. So I have glass bottles, and then I use rubber teats. And then number 14, the last one, is a breastfeeding chair. This may seem a little indulgent to some of you, but oh, there's a frog. Can you hear that? It's a frog. But with Noah, when we had so many breastfeeding problems, the breastfeeding chair was amazing because it allowed me to sit up straight and get a good posture. Our couch, I kind of slumped in our couch. I found it hard to sit up straight. And then the movement as well was so soothing. I know that this time around it's going to be so much easier to breastfeed because I've had so much experience. I've trained as a doula, I've worked as a doula, but having the breastfeeding chair and having that gentle rocking movement, which helped me stay so calm, and I felt so centered and I just felt so relaxed, is going to be really special. So that's why that's like my one indulgence, to have a breastfeeding chair. I haven't mentioned those big ticket items like the cot or the Moses basket or the pram, and that's because we won't be getting those things. We co-sleep We co-sleep with Noah at the moment. We always have. We love it. Both James and I feel very strongly that we should all be sleeping together. We think it's kind of weird to put this beautiful little tiny human that's been so close for so long in a totally separate space. And we all sleep so soundly knowing that we're all together and we're all safe. And there is nothing like getting spooned by your 4-year-old son and he strokes my belly, and it's just so special. So we'll definitely be co-sleeping with this one as well. I have so many friends that co-sleep with babies and toddlers and kids. Like, they all sleep together. They don't have problems. They don't have issues. I know that some people who maybe don't know a lot about co-sleeping might say, but what about when your baby wakes to feed at night, and what about if there are disruptions? We'll just take it one day at a time. If we need to have a mattress in another room, then we'll do that for a little while. Pram, I will definitely not be getting, because I got one with Noah and it was a waste, and it was so heavy. I know that people say that it's great to have because you can put your stuff in it, but I don't have a lot of stuff to put in a pram. If you are like me and you want to have less stuff, you can actually do it. It's very easy to have less stuff with a baby. All the information regarding the things that we've foregone, I have put in my blog, and if you want to go and read that, I'll put the link down below. A baby takes up this much space. You know, they don't need a lot of stuff. They don't need toys and big, huge beds. You can keep it simple. It works to keep it simple. I've done it before and I'm going to do it again. There are lots of mums out there that do it simply and keep it minimal. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.